And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lord David, and this is Long Live the Queen. Okay, right then, enough of that. Right then, let's get back into it, ladies and gents. We're week 19 in. We are very happy, it looks like. I'll keep my tab on, I think. I'll keep my weapons up. But let's go for the athletics, to get some athletics going. So I am good at that. Let's just go straight back into it. Athletics, running and swimming. Let's do both of them. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Straight into it. You practice walking at a brisk but comfortable pace for a set length of time every day. You get comfortable in the water, splashing around and holding your breath to go under. Lovely. It is that time of year to decide any necessary adjustments to the royal budget. The majority of the money we receive is already spoken for, but there is always some room for discretion. I don't know anything about budgets. Let's lower the taxes. I think we have enough money. Let's lower the taxes a little. As you wish. Okay, right. I've got to keep that pressured up, so I need to get that afraid done. So let's do that. Is it -1 angry? Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? So it's a 10 service. There we go. So we're still pressured, so we can keep doing our athletics. So this time climbing and running. Straight into it. Just get our athletics up. Come on. Get beefy, sweetheart. You practice climbing up and down fixed ladders, driving out any fears of heights, learning to move swiftly and surely. You switch back and forth between a brisk walk and a light, bouncing jog. Not too fast, you're building endurance rather than speed. You steadily increase the proportion of time you spend jogging, with shorter breaks of walking or to recharge your energy. We're getting good. You're requested to stand in judgment. A man is convicted of murder by strangling his wife. He does not deny the act, but requests a pardon that he might be set free. If you admit you killed your wife, why do you think I'm going to set you free? Save me, your majesty. It wasn't my fault. Demons made me do it. Everyone knows the power of magical beasties. They used me. They twisted my fingers into chains. My wife found me screaming. She tried to shake me, and the chains wrapped around her. I need the priestesses to bless me and make me clean again. I can't sense any magic demons that make you attack people. Is that even possible? Imprison him. You're a murderer. Whether there were demons or not, you still killed a woman, your wife. I won't forgive you for that. You will be imprisoned for the rest of your life. He opens his mouth to argue with you any further, but then his shoulders slump. Yes, your majesty. Didn't like that, did he? Okay, where are we going to go next? I'd love to keep my pressure on for one more go, just so I can keep that going. So let's attend service again. Yeah, let's do our athletics one more time. So climbing and swimming. Climbing, swimming. So we're good at it. You learn to evaluate whether a tree or a branch is safe to bear your weight. You clamber up and down a tree, you're able to fetch fruit to get a better view. You practice climbing up and over a wall with the aid of a well-anchored rope, leaning into the wall as you push with the balls of your feet. You practice walking and hopping through the shallows, feeling the difference in resistances that the water applies to your movement. You practice floating on your front and your back, letting the water do the work of holding you up. Unlocked a new outfit. I guess that's my athletic outfit. You receive word that the murderer condemned to prison has escaped. A large explosion rocked the jail he was in, destroying the walls and setting many dangerous criminals free. You will now fall to the Royal Treasury to repair the damage. Costing me money. Let me visit Juliana. You have not yet reached the crystal. You're making progress, so it's time for another plan. That would probably be the drastic action she mentioned earlier. Go on, take the drastic action, sweetheart. I suppose I'll have to listen to another plan. Leave it to me. Fine. That night, an explosion rocks the castle. A section of stone near the Royal Treasury collapses, pushing the guards on duty. Nothing is stolen, at least. Nothing that is acknowledged publicly. But when you look at your father's face, you can see it in his eyes. The crystal is gone, and he knows that you are to blame. He will never trust you the same way again. Dad hates his exercise gear. Yeah, that's what that is. Okay, so let's keep my weapons on. I can't remember what it was that gets me looming. But I have to obviously see the lady first, won't I? So obviously let's keep our athletics going. Running and swimming. Yep, running and swimming. Let's go. You're getting good at this, aren't we? You'll practice treading water, keeping yourself afloat for increased periods of time. You learn several different styles of swimming across the water and the leg and arm strokes for each. You learn styles of swimming to be used underwater, as well as safety warnings for venturing into murky depths. Lovely. You practice jogging solidly for longer stretches of time and learn how much food and water you need before and after in order to keep your body going. You learn the proper techniques and clothing for running in different kinds of weather to avoid frostbite, overheating or disease. Bit of a weird one, but alright. I regret to inform you that Fabian, the Earl of Titan and Duke Regent of Elaf, have passed away. This isn't really a surprise, he was pretty old. The problem is the political implications. With the control of Elaf in doubt, it falls to the crown to make decision. Young Lord Adair will not reach his 15th birthday for over 2 years. He requires a regent. His stepmother, Arisa, the Duchess of Lilia, has petitioned that the boy be left in her care. This would, however, leave her in personal control of the 2 neighbouring duchies. So I can't have Arisa. Almost the intent. Well, I don't know anything really bad about her, though. The boy does have a living grandfather, the Earl of Istar, or you might appoint an unrelated noble to act in his stead. Earl of Ishtar has suggested another possibility. You and Adair are both young, not too far apart. He requests that we marry him. Send them to your uncle. What about your brother Armand? He would be safe pair of hands to watch over Adair, as you wish. Right, so let's get rid of that pressure. So I need some loan. Oh no, I need to go and see her, don't I? Do you have it? You do have it, don't you? The crystal? Of course, everything is ready for you. Right. Did you really have to kill the guards? If you regret their sacrifice, then you do not let it go to waste. It's too late to turn back now. I have to do the best I can for my people. What do I do? Pick up the crystal with your bare hands. Press it against your chest, over your heart, and say, illuminate. Okay, here we go. Illuminate! There we go. You feel dizzy and both larger and lighter than you were before. The crystal has disappeared from view, but you know where it is. Wow! The priestess here is a friend of mine. You will come to your lessons in your faith and train to use your powers. I should feel happy, I guess. I'm illumined now. I just hope I'm doing the right thing. Right, so we're still pressured. So we can do faith now, I guess. Although I'd like to get some of these more done. Tell you what, let me finish off my weapons here. So I want archery. So we'll get most of that, and then I'll do pole arms. And pole arms, there we go. Let's get that done. You practice shooting at clearly marked targets across a flat field. Practice shooting at targets in different shapes, sizes, and mixed terrain. You practice basic techniques with a long spear, controlling your thrust to penetrate specific targets. You practice basic swings with a halberd, building up your arm strength while learning to control the movement. There is a woman here to see you. She's a musician and wishes the crown patronage, which means money. Your Royal Highness, if you accept me as a member of your court, I will immortalize you in the word and song. I've dabbled in musical styles of many countries and blah yada yada. So intrigue. Ooh, musicians are often used as secret agents and messengers. They can be useful and dangerous. Musician sings a little ditty to demonstrate her skills with the lute. She's actually pretty good. Yeah, I'll accept her. Very well, you can remain as part of my court. I will do my best for you. Right, so that pressure needs to come down now. I need lots of loneliness. That's what gets me lonely. And cheerful. Walking in the garden, there we go. Still highly pressured, but it's alright. Right, I'm getting there with this. I'm getting there. So let's go back to animal handling, I think. Let me get some more animal handling. So, no, falconry and dogs. Yeah, I don't know if I need horses yet. I've seen a lot of falcons and I've seen dogs before, so let's do them too. Practice working with trained dogs in a small area, telling them to stay, search and fetch. You choose a young puppy and begin raising him to respond to you over all others. Spend time with your chosen bird, speaking to her and letting her get to know you. You don a heavy leather glove and encourage your bird to hop onto your fist. You receive a letter from young Lord Adair. So far he's enjoying himself with his Uncle Ahmed and Mazamboza. Yeah, I think I'm getting it right. He says the trees look different and there are a lot more frogs. He looks forward to visiting the lookout fort at Shepherd's Point. Alright, so he's having fun with his uncle. Good times. Still need to get that lonely up though. Willful. Let's do that. Sneak out. Willful. I might be willful. There we go. Big smile on my face now. Intrigue, military and lumen. That's the one. So that's got me there. So let's do our lumen classes. Sense and resist. Come on, lumen classes time. Learn to wield my magic. Come on, sweetheart. Yeah, we'll learn to feel the magic inside of you. Staring up into the sky out of the window, you notice a strange flash of light. Falling star, pretty. Yeah, considering I've got no divination, I don't know any of that. Visit the dungeons. Get me that willful up again. Yeah, look at all them bad people. Horrible traitors. Right, lumen. We've got to get our lumen up. So let's learn how to wield and sense. Sense. No, wield and sense, that way around. We learn to summon a small glowing light. Yes, learn to wield the magics. Magic, sweetheart, come on. You meant to summon magical energies to strike the nearby ground. Learn to sense someone else's spells in use. I have unpleasant news to report. Talaris, the Duke of Sedna, has instituted high tariffs and trade restrictions at the Elaf border. Business is disrupted and there are growing shortages of supplies. Send emergency aid. Then the Royal Treasury will pay to keep the people fed. Very well. Let's keep it going. Let's get our angry down. So I can keep my willful up. And keep training my magic. So here we go. Resist and wield. Resist and wield. Learn how to consciously project a magical field through your force, blocking outside magic from touching your mind, but only when you have energy to consciously resist. You gain innate resistance to light and dark. You can now see in the blackest caves and stare in the sun without going blind. Lovely, it's a good thing to have, isn't it, I guess? Learn how to cast rays of white light, which can banish shadows and blind your opponents. Learn to create tiny discs of solid light, which can fly through the air and cut into targets. Oh, I've got my new, got my lumen costume. Well, lady, there are letters for you. Another letter for Brioni. Why does she keep writing to me? We were never even friends. She says she's bored and lonely and she's looking pretty forward to see me at Gwynelle's birthday party. That's right, Gwynelle is about to turn 15. She'll be the Duchy of Sudbury for now. This other letter must be my invitation to her birthday celebration next week. Gwynelle and I are friends at school and this will be a big event. It's also a long way to travel. Other things can happen on the road. Ooh, this could be the turning point, I think. I didn't go last time, but I'm really good at athletics and stuff now. So let's go. I feel powerful. It'll be good to see my friends. Yeah, it will, won't it? It will. It will indeed. So lonely, cheerful. Lonely, willful, and cheerful. No, I kind of still want my willful to be there. So willful and lonely. Let's do that. Come on, let me sneak out. Keep my willful up. Right, so I'm really good at weapons. I'm getting really good at magic. I need to get my agility up, I think. Let's have a look at my magical girl. There we go, like a magical girl. Look at that. So... I'm not sure what I want here. I want... reflexes, maybe. Flexibility. Horses. Climbing. Right, let me go flexibility. Just to get that up. And then climbing, just to get that up as well. There we go, flexibility and climbing. You kneel with your hands pressed on the floor, then stretch like a cat, rolling your back up and down. You practice holding your body in stretched out poses with the aid of your teachers to support your limbs. You practice abseiling down a wall, descending with the aid of a rope. You practice climbing up and down a free hanging rope, learning to move in rhythm with the rope as it rocks. So here we go, on your journey to Sudbury, your carriage is attacked by bandits. Archery and reflex is beautiful. You hear the distinctive sound of incoming arrows, just in time to push yourself away from the window and avoid being shot. From the screams outside, not all of your guards have been as lucky. The attackers scatter as soon as your forces show signs of resistance, vanishing into the woods. The rest of your trip passes without incident, but you can't help jumping at shadows. Okay, so we made it. We got attacked by bandits, but we made it. Gwinella's party is lovely. Not nearly as glamorous as your own upcoming birthday will be, of course, but it's still a major event on the noble social calendar. Everyone who is anyone is present. Uncle Lorient and your younger cousins are here, but Charlotte and her mother are not. Apparently Charlotte was ill. Marie said the Duchess of Lilia is present, but she somehow always manages to avoid talking to you when you draw near. There are refreshments and dances and musicians and polite conversations, and one or two not so polite. Will not be shoved aside. Mother, it's my domain now. I need space for myself. You have your own lands to manage. Just because you're of age doesn't mean you know everything, young lady. You need my advice. This is my home. It has never been yours. Before you can back away, their gazes fall on you. They wait expectantly for you to, as a near queen, to settle this dispute. I'm no good at flattery. Side with her mother. I'll side with her. You heard her. She's an adult now. She's in charge here. Thank you. Is this what your father will face upon your coronation? Cast aside without another word. He's not going to like hearing that, is he? A bit later, Brioni catches up to you. Hello, Elodie. It's so wonderful that you're going to be queen now. Well, I actually like her hairstyle. I like that. It's really beautiful. I mean, I am sorry about your mother. Thanks. But think of the opportunities you're going to have. You're so lucky. That's an odd way of putting it. Anyway, I was wondering, now that you're almost queen and everything, have they told you all the secrets? What secrets? Like how to get into the old palace. I've heard it's packed full of treasure. Old palace? The one of Caffrey Lake, where the kings and queens of Nova used to live. I don't know anything about that. Oh? She bites her lip and frowns at you. Well, never mind then. She walks away, so much for wanting to talk to you. At the end, you share a pleasant meal and prepare to return to your various lands. Well, that was fun. My Wilful's through the bloody roof. Look at that. That's probably good, though, so I can get my lumen up. So let's get... yielding. It's yielding, isn't it? Yielding, lonely. Let's play with some toys. Why not? We feel a bit better playing with some toys. Right, let's finish up some stuff here. So we're getting quite good at some certain things, aren't we? History and economics. We don't want that. Intrigue, military and lumen. Right, I would like to get some intrigue in, I think. I'd love to finish some of this stuff off, but because they're that high, I think I'm all right just to learn some more stuff. Duke of Marie has passed blah blah blah. Oh yeah, knowing all this stuff. Knowledge, give me knowledge about all the foreign people. Soak it in, sweetheart. Soak in that knowledge. Pirates once again have operated out of Orcus. Pirates, eh? Matters have come to crisis. Arisa, the Duchess of Lilia, has declared civil war. What? Apparently she feels that you are a weak leader, unfit to be queen, and has managed to sway several others to her banner. Who is against me? Number of minor of Earl and Countesses. Duchess of Mead and Kygel. Situation of Hellas and Murray is less clear. What forces can she muster, and what are we still holding? We have 5 battalions and 1 platoon. On the other side, of course, useless in this conflict. By my estimate, Arisa can field 4 battalions and 1 platoon. That's not good. It will come down to a question of strategy. There are ways to increase the numbers of soldiers who are available, Recover the pardon of various imprisoned criminals in exchange for military service. I'll do that. Alright, let's do that. Criminals probably already know how to fight. Very well. Forces are in motion, but they will take time to reach their peak. Alright, cool stuff. Cool stuff. What do I need? Let's do some sports. We like doing sports. Get angry a little bit. Right, so with that, I think I'm going to need some military to get some strategy and stuff in, aren't I? So strategy and logistics. Don't need naval strategy, of course, because it's not that type of thing. Yep, I'll keep my magical girl thing on, so I'm good at magical girling. You learn about the support costs created by supporting the more equipment you have, the more people and animals that are needed to move them. And then those people or animals also need to be fed and equipped. Learn about the difficulty of obtaining new supplies from the field. Enemy civilians may hide or destroy supplies rather than let them fall into your hands. And friendly civilians may not stay friendly if robbed. Oh, this learning is head of my brain. You learn about how units reinforce each other in field, gaining strength through proximity and covering of weaknesses. You study the effects of different kinds of battle terrain for both offense and defense. You may now tour the barracks on the weekends. Good stuff. The negotiator for the rebels has arrived to speak with you. Surrender now and I will be lenient. We are not here for our surrender, we are here for yours. You have one chance to avoid needless bloodshed. Agree to marry one of Duchy Arisa's sons. She will become your regent and guide the domain into stability. You will be allowed to maintain a figurehead title. I refuse. I am the queen and I will not give in to threats. Since we cannot come to an agreement, we will meet you on the battlefield. Fine. Okay, yeah, that's two of the barracks. You were impressed by the discipline of the loyal Novian troops, but the responsibility of their lives weighs heavily on your shoulders. There are approximately 5 battalions, 1 company and 1 platoon under your direct command. That's good, so we're going to start a war next time, so I'm assuming that I need to be on the battlefield. I'm really assuming I need to be there. So yeah, let's go Lumen. Let's sense and wield. Wield and sense. Yeah, wield and sense. Let's go. By concentrating, you are create a massive wave of discontent which panics and enrages animals in the area. Then to create a blade of solid light which can wield like a sword that slices through flesh and stone alike. You close your eyes and call out when you detect your mentor casting a silent spell beside you. Learn to detect ongoing enchantments such as blessed weapons that can do magical damage. The war rages for control of Nova. As defending queen, you are required to take personal control of your forces. Your control of magic enhances your claim to divine right of rulership. Partial success. Your lumen powers also disconcert the opposition, weakening their will to resist. Battles are won and lost, fallen soldiers decorating the landscape. The final outcome is a victory for your side. Your forces sweep through the rebellious duchies and are met with cheers by the local population. The Risa, the ringleader, is executed and the other rebels' forces to pay tribute to keep their holdings. Of course, there is also a cost paid in lives. Not good enough. The total casualties were 1 1/4 battalions on your side and 1 1/2 battalion. Yeah, right. Of course, there are no more rebel soldiers now. They are once more your loyal subjects. Oof. Right, well that was fun. So yielding, pressured and depressed. Now I want to keep my... no, let's do it. Let's attend court. Let's do that. Yeah, we're still willful, look. We're still willful. We're still good. So I wasn't good enough at my military thing for that battle there, so that's not good enough. That's not good enough. But we are getting better at everything else now, so... right. Do I keep going Lumen for now? Yeah, I want to keep my magical going up. So resist it. And sense it. Yeah, resist and sense. Learn to constantly project a magical shield around your body, blocking intrusions. Powerful technique, but you can't keep it up for long. The game increased resistance against heat and cold, becoming comfortable in different weather and environment, and able to sip hot soup without burning your tongue. That's a skill we all need. Sip hot soup without burning ourselves. Learn to tell the difference between different kinds of magical signatures so that you can tell roughly what a spell you detect is meant to achieve. You expand your magical perceptions to give you some idea of where to detect a spell has come cast from now long ago. Getting better. Things have been so unsettling lately. Everyone's on edge. We need something cheerful. You could hold a tournament. What a good idea. Knights, jousting, musicians, all sort of competitions. Everyone loves a contest. What will you offer as prizes to the winners? Employment. The winners will have the option to take up royal appointments. It's a recruitive drive. Very well, I will draft the announcements. You will leave him to his work. As you move through the hall, your eye falls into a vase of flowers. Pretty, but apparently not getting enough water. The leaves on one blossom has shriveled. Someone on hall duty is being lazy. These flowers should be replaced. Coming up the stairs to your room, where a maid is waiting for you. My lady, a gift has arrived from Kygel. From the Duke? No, my lady, a merchant house, I believe. It was sent with a shipment down the Caviar River. Tear open the brightly covered paper to find chocolates. And there was a little card with a box with our compliments, the House of Krurat. All of a sudden, your puppy, who is usually so well behaved, growls at the box of chocolates and lunges at it. Bad dog, chocolate isn't good for you. Silly thing, making such a fuss. Yeah, save that for later. The dog doesn't like the look of that. I don't feel like eating candy right now. Maybe later. Right, so... Let's tour the barracks again. Get my pressured up. Here we go. So now we're getting pressured again. So that's athletics and faith. But I would like to get other things done, of course. Tell you what, let me get all my weapons up. So let's go archery and swords. Believe that should get them both to max. So let's do that. You learn techniques for thrusting your blade through armor and disable or kill an opponent. Learn advanced techniques for holding off multiple opponents at once. There we go, we mastered the sword. There we go, you practice long distance shooting, setting arrows into your ground at different ranges. Practice shooting at moving targets, you practice shooting at targets while you yourself are moving, pulling ahead in a chariot. Mastered the archery, good stuff. This is the week of the general tournament. Nobles and commoners alike have turned out to compete against each other. The people will be pleased if you participate in their games, however. It would expose you to danger. What event would you like to take part in? Fencing. Fencing, yeah, I've mastered the sword, I might as well. Here the devout of the blade can challenge each other to duels, fought only for points, not blood or honour. You win your first match after rising applause, but are soon overpowered by more experienced competitors. Still, you did very well for your first tournament. All the winners are announced and displayed to the great cheers. As near Queen, you'll place flowers garlands around their necks. All of a sudden, a man approaches the winner platform. It's Kevin, the Earl of Io. In one hand, he carries an armoured gauntlet, and the other a sword. My family's blood is on your hands. Arise, the ringleader of the rebellion, she was his mother. He casts the metal glove to the ground with a clatter and raises his sword, pointing it at you. I challenge you, Elodie, a life for a life. He's challenging you to a duel. Doesn't he know you could burn him to a crisp with just waving your hand? Tell you what, I'll accept it. Very well, I will meet your challenge. As a challenge party, you have your choice of weapons. Swords. Bring me my sword. The crowd seems not to realise at first that this is a blood match and not entertainment. Or perhaps they do, and their cheering is all the louder for it. Kevin's rage fills him with a great strength, but makes him erratic and unpredictable. Worse, he's armoured, and he seems willing to settle for nothing less than your death or his. You are somewhat tired from your early efforts in the tournament, but you have the stamina to keep going for now. Finally, after much footwork and dodging, you are able to penetrate his defences. Your sword drives through a weak spot in his armour, slicing through muscle and bone. He lies at your feet, bleeding, helpless, and his final act is to spit upon your feet. Even in death, he would not submit. You had no choice. After the tournament, a minor tragedy is revealed. One of the stewards apparently had an incredible sweet tooth and dared to steal a piece of your recently received chocolates. He had a sweet tooth. The chocolates were poisoned. When you ask questions, it turns out that the merchant house which supposedly sent you the present never existed. Someone has tried to kill you, but you don't know who. There we go, we got an assassination attempt there. Right, I was trying to get my royal demeanour up. I'm assuming that wasn't pressured then. So I need to get that down to lonely. Lonely, cheerful and yielding. Lonely and cheerful. Let's do that. Walk in the garden. Right, so that's not going to... That's athletics and faith again. Right, so... Well, my sense of magic and casting magic is great. I'm on week 34. Tell you what, let's save it here. Oh, no, that's not that, is it? It's menu. So this one, Princess David. There we go. Save it here. Week 33. So we're doing quite well right now. No, we're on week 34, sorry. That's for this week. Yeah, we're doing really well. We're still a bit pressured to do our thing. I can't remember what was royal demeanour. I would love to get that up now, because now that I'm great at everything, it'd be good to have our royal demeanour up and be great at that. But I think I'm going to continue doing these ones. Maybe get them in. And I'm assuming if I try it next time, I might try and go for all this economics and history stuff, so I know what it's all about. Because I seem to have missed a lot of it, but I'm not sure which way it is to go. But so anyway, thank you for joining us. I've rambled on long enough. Hopefully I'm going to see you again in the next one, and we'll kick it off from there and see what's in store for us in the future. And as always, please take care of yourselves.